This is the Overdue Homework Podcast.
Welcome to the show. That's Trav. I'm Drew.
And I'm Trav.
This is the Overdue Homework Podcast, and as always, we are here to give you our opinions on 80s and 90s media. Please email us at podcast@overduehomework.com. Any other social media sites our YouTubers and podcast listeners should know about?
If you're not already, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Overdue Homework Podcast.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. And if you haven't watched any of our intro showcases on YouTube, go there, dear podcaster. Overdue Homework on YouTube. Find us, subscribe, like, smash those buttons.
Smash 'em.
Trav, how are you doing?
Pretty good, Drew.
Good.
Nothing too crazy. I don't have any super awesome stories for the listeners this time, but I did have my annual 3-day board game tournament this last weekend.
Not for money.
Not for money. That stopped after year one and a lot of angry friends in the group. So we stopped that. It's just a trophy and pride.
Nice. How'd you do?
I got my ass kicked.
Oh,
but I won last year.
You did win last year.
So it's fine. But yeah, I definitely did not do good this year.
Do you have a trophy for first place and last place?
We do.
Okay.
So we have a trophy for last place. It's a toilet with a trophy inside of the
Okay,
toilet bowl. And it says got dumped on this year.
Dumped on.
So whoever gets fourth each year holds on to that. And
got dumped on. So
it was between me and the guy who was held it each year.
Oh, nice.
And then on the final day, he took 3 first places.
Ooh.
And yeah, he said, I don't want to hold on to that trophy anymore, Trav. It's your turn. So I get to hold on to it.
You blew it in the fourth quarter.
I did.
But
how are you doing, Drew?
I'm doing really good. Had some awesome news happen over the last couple of weeks. My childhood piano that was in my parents' house is now in our house.
Hey.
It cost $400 to get it moved here, but it was worth it because I'm not lifting a piano.
And obviously, you're still amazing at piano.
I played for like 4 years. My sister played for much longer.
Okay.
I played for like 4 years, and the best I can do is just keeping up with Evelyn at this point.
Nice.
And she's just started like 6 months ago playing piano. So
nice.
just keep up with her. It is nice because I have some experience in piano, and a lot of that stuff did come back to me. Like the reading the music part is I got to like go and like look in her book, and then I can like be refreshed enough to kind of like figure out what if she needs some help. But it's interesting how much of it actually did come back and how much I'm able to like help her with like the little things of like how you hold your hands and stuff like that, and like the beats and the measure and understanding how long to hold notes and stuff like that. So it's been nice to be able to help her out in that, and hopefully she really loves playing the piano, so hopefully she can continue doing it because, you know, they say playing an instrument is good for kids. It's good for overall just human development and stuff. And I wish I would have stuck with it a lot longer. But it got to the point where I was like 15 and I was like, I don't think I'm going to play piano anymore, Mom. And looking back on it, I kind of wish maybe she did, but I kind of wish she would have been more forceful in saying, hey, you need to stick with the piano.
Yeah.
But that's all right. That's all
okay.
Right. That's fine. So, Trav, in preparation for this podcast, we are using a couple of articles, one from yardbarker.com, and that one was by Chris Morgan, and the other one is from screenrant.com, and that is by Derek Dravin, and he's contributed to our podcast before. Thanks, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
I know you're a listener. And, of course, our homework review for this episode is The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock from 1996. Quick side point. Searching information on this movie is difficult because you get Dwayne Johnson all the time.
Yes, you do.
Okay, of course. This movie is directed by Michael Bay. That is that Michael Bay.
The
Michael Bay.
Damn.
And he really hasn't changed the way he directs movies at all. But that's okay. He's got a fingerprint on cinema, that's for sure. Screenplay by David Weisberg and Douglas S. Cook and Mark Rosner. There were other writers on this movie that did not get credit. The Rock started as a spec script from the writing team of Douglas Cook and David Weisberg. A writer named Mark Rosner also got credit for his screenplay work. However, Quentin Tarantino, Aaron Sorkin, and Jonathan Hensleigh all have uncredited work on this movie.
Damn.
Tarantino? That just kind of surprises me a little bit, of all things. In fact, director Michael Bay was quite annoyed by this. Yeah, he actually wrote an open letter to the Writers Guild calling their ruling a travesty, relating to Hensleigh's lack of credit. So at least he went to bat for one of the people that really contributed to this movie.
Yeah.
Of course, story by David Weisberg and Douglas S. Cook, produced by Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, and it was, unfortunately, Don Simpson's last producer role.
Yeah.
Obviously, you remember Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer. They were like a power duo in the 80s and 90s with movies like Beverly Hills Cop and Top Gun.
Yeah.
One of our favorite movies ever done on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, of all time.
Sadly, Simpson died of a drug-induced heart attack, a mix of illicit and prescription drugs. 5 months before The Rock came out, the film is dedicated to his memory.
Nice.
Bay was kept in the dark about the fact that Simpson died until our lead character until I can't. Why I'm he's our lead guy in the movie.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage. Thank you, Nick Cage. Until Nick Cage was like, "Hey, did you hear Don Simpson died?" It was a bad deal for him, I guess. Starring Sean Connery as Captain John Patrick Mason, Nicolas Cage as Dr. Stanley Goodspeed, Ed Harris as General Francis Frank X Hummel. What a name. Michael Biehn as Commander Charles Anderson, William Forsythe as Ernest Paxton, David Morose as Tom Baker, John Spencer as FBI Director James Womack, John C. McGinley as Captain Hendricks, Tony Todd as Captain Darrow, Bokeem Woodbine as Sergeant Crisp, Danny Nucci as Lieutenant Shepard, Claire Forlini as Jade Angelou, Mason's daughter, Vanessa Marsili as Carla Pezzolizzi, there it is, Pezzolizzi, and Greg Sploder as Captain Fry. Distributed by Buena Vista Pictures. I love saying Buena Vista. Released June 7th, 1996. Budget $75 million. Box office of $335.6 million. And that is $688.7 million in 2025. Damn, son.
I honestly was not expecting that.
Damn. That is a blockbuster.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Well, Trav, with all of that out of the way, would you like to get to the breakdown?
I think we should.
Let's get to the breakdown. We're going to say goodbye to you, dear YouTuber. Once again, if you want more of this, please comment and let us know if you want us to do the whole podcast on the YouTubes. I don't know if we're ready to do that for the fact that I want to charge you money for it. But hey, that doesn't mean there won't be a few anyways. Maybe we'll do like the Christmas episode or something like that.
A little
sneaky little episode in there or something like that. So thank you, dear YouTuber. Bye-bye. All right. See you later, YouTubers. Hello, podcasters. And it is time to break it down. Breaking it down. And of course, Rock 1996. We open with a funeral of a broken man. Funeral and a broken man. General Francis Frank X Hummel. We hear lots of military radio talk. Frank had a very bad time doing war. Yes. I mean, I would assume everybody has a bad time doing war, but he had a very bad time. All his men are dead. He feels very responsible, and he wants the right thing for his dead soldiers, recognition and reparations for their family. All backed by an epic score.
Yeah.
It is like an emotional, I love the music in that opening bit. It's really cool to watch the washed out dark tones. It's very somber. It's very like a man that is broken and wants to do the right thing finally.
Very 90s dark.
It is very 90s dark. And to top it all off, Frank's wife is dead. So Frank at his wife's grave, and he alludes to his plot to set things straight with the government. Please don't think less of me. Well, she's dead.
She's dead, so there is that.
Frank's plan is set into action. We are at a naval weapons depot. Frank and an elite group enter under the guise of a weapons inspection. So if he's this like elite general within the U.S. Marine Corps, does he really need to be like under the guise of a weapons inspection? Can't he just be like, hey, I'm going in there?
I would think.
What are you going to do about it?
I would think.
I outrank all of you. That's all right. Other people there, other U.S. Marines that are there, they're taking out the guards. They're tranking the guards. Originally, I thought they were getting killed. And I'm like, you're already killing your fellow soldiers?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And then they talk about
And where's
tranking.
the identification? So he does go in this guise of weapons
That's it.
inspection, and they're like, sure,
Yeah,
go on in.
sure.
Don't need to see any identification then.
The one soldier does recognize him and is like, a pleasure to have you here, sir. And he just like nods his head. But still, I'd feel protocol would be like, I got to see your badge
At
or
least
something.
see a badge.
See a badge or something. So they're tranking those guards. They're getting the key cards. And there's a 30-minute deadline before before people get notified. Once again, he could have just been like, I need to go in there. Give me your key cards. I'm going in there.
Right.
And then they could have just tranked the dudes. But I don't know. That's okay. That's okay.
Yes, sir, General, sir.
Inside, there's more tranking. Those guards that are within the vault, they're just like, hey, okay, let's go. I'm getting shot by some trank stuff.
This is a maximum security prison, right?
Hey, what are you guys doing? Trank.
Trank.
They move deeper into the depot, finally reaching their goal, the biological weapons. Bad news. Steve over there dropped one.
Yikes.
Steve is dead.
He's really dead.
Brutally, man. Brutally. That looked painful.
Yeah.
To say the least. Lucky for the rest, they get out. We get to see what the nerve gas does to its victims, and it is definitely not good. I do particularly like this scene with just getting it out of the way of showing how deadly, how dangerous the gas is.
Agreed. So we don't have to pretend the rest of the movie,
Right.
you know.
We don't know what the actual effects are. I know Stanley goes and he describes it a little bit later in the movie.
Yeah.
But they just establish that visual of what is going to happen to all these people in San Francisco. So I particularly like that.
You melt.
You melt. That was gruesome. I would love to see a behind the scenes of how that was actually done. Obviously, it's like air bladders and shit and stuff. But still, I would have loved to see a behind the scenes of that. Smash cut to the FBI laboratory in Washington, D.C. and Dr. Stanley Goodspeed. He's a kooky dude, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
A kooky dude. He's got that, what is that called? The devices that do an easy task in a complex way. They got a name.
I don't know.
Rube Goldberg device.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there you go. But it's with a little dart gun. And then his partner, I can't remember his name either. His partner, he's got a Nerf gun, and I had that Nerf gun.
Nice.
It was a secret shot Nerf gun. He would shoot one out the top, and then you'd be like, oh, you got me. And then he would shoot one out the bottom.
Nice.
I was like, hey, I had that thing. I probably honestly still have it in a box in our crawl space here at my house, which is pretty funny. Stanley, he's a desk jockey. You can tell that he spends most of his time pushing paper, pushing pencils, and he's a Beatlemaniac.
Love it.
Beatlemaniac. $1,600 on an LP. Why don't you
in
just
96?
Seriously. Why don't you just I should have done the conversion on that. It's probably like $3,200 now or something
seriously.
like that. Why don't you just buy a CD for $13? These sound better.
Yeah,
These sound better. And that was something that he had Bay add into the movie because he was anti-CD at the time and was actually really into LPs.
Nice.
That was something. There's one other thing that he does in this movie, but we'll talk about it later. Goodspeed and his partner Marvin Isherwood. There you go. Marvin Isherwood. Get an alert. There's a device that might have sarin gas in it. So it's time to get suited up and head to the containment chamber to investigate. It could be sarin gas, or it could be detergent.
Who knows?
Who knows? Inside the containment chamber, armed with cockroaches, instead of a canary in the mine shaft, it's the cockroaches in the containment chamber, I guess. Things get out of hand quickly. The gas is in a baby doll.
Yeah.
Then his partner Marvin there is like, "Hello, Stanley."
Just a
I'm
total
little
moron.
baby."
Just like, check out this intern, total dipshit, almost got us killed in here playing with this baby.
Bad news, the gas is corrosive. And it's a bomb as well.
Whoops.
Double duty. So much C4 is packed inside that baby doll that it can blow the containment chamber and kill everybody on the floor, he says.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking C4.
That's a lot of fucking C4.
So they just have over 1 minute to defuse the bomb. Their suits are melting. He's like, oh my God, it's melting my suit. He's just not helping at all. Marvin's not helping. It's melting my suit. Oh my God. Marvin, get in there and do some helping, huh? Do some helping. The cockroaches are dead. The camera is spinning around the room so fast at one point it's just totally distracting me.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God. How about a still shot for once, please, Michael Bay? That becomes a theme in this movie.
It does.
There are very few still shots, that is for sure. And to top it off, here's a 4-inch needle. Why don't you plunge it into your heart and inject yourself with some atropine so you don't die?
Just do it. I want the sprinkler. Can we start with the sprinkler, maybe?
Oh, there's a pressure problem.
There's a pressure problem. Just stick this 4-inch needle in your heart.
Yeah, maybe like one of the last resort like things for them to try to get this gas under control is to like shower everything down in the room. Maybe that should work instantaneously. Yeah. I feel like that would have one of those tags on it that needs to be checked every month.
You would think.
I feel like it really would be. You want me to stick this into my heart? Are you fucking nuts?
I mean, that's my sentiment on the matter.
He even brings the needle over to Stanley. He's like, get that away from me. Stanley, he does it. He defuses the bomb. Clear. And it looked to me how he defused the bomb was just cutting all the wires.
Yeah, just cut them all. If you're not sure, just snip them all.
At home, Stanley is playing the guitar very badly.
He is.
Very badly. Like, Nicolas Cage didn't even attempt to try to, like, learn a chord.
No.
He just poing, just poing. He took a half day. I can understand why.
Yeah. For the Beatles LP.
Glass of wine and a little guitar. Anybody considering bringing a child into this world is committing an act of cruelty. So, what's your news, baby?
I'm pregnant.
Really? Wow. How do you know? Well, she pulls out a vial of piss out of her pocket. That's what that is. It's a vial of piss. She's just been carrying it around with her all day. It's blue, so that means she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Universal sign of pregnancy is the blue test. So did you really mean bringing a child into this world as an act of cruelty?
Well, that was before.
You said it 7 seconds ago.
Well, gosh, kind of a lot has happened since then. We're not even married.
Oh, funny you should mention that. Will you marry me?
Whoa, marriage police, pull over.
Cut to Alcatraz. The Rock. And a tourist group. No one has ever escaped The Rock. And Frank, he's taken things over. The tour is over, Bob. I do commend him. He does tell the kids to get on the bus and get the hell out of there. You know, You guys got to get out of here. And they do. There's no kids in there.
No.
There's no kids in there. So they do get out of there. I don't know how that little girl or those little girls
convinced just that bus to
we
leave.
Gotta go. This weirdo said we gotta leave.
Yeah, he's with the weapons inspection?
That's enough for me. Everybody on the bus.
That's good enough for me.
All of those tourists now turned hostages are locked in the cell block. And then the one guy, what kind of fucked up tour is this? That's a good question.
That is a very good question.
The hostages are a non-factor as far as we see it in this movie.
Yeah.
They have like a few like glancing shots of the hostages.
It's like
and
2 scenes.
And like barely anybody has any lines from the hostage group.
No one's crying. No one's saying, I gotta piss.
The one lady's like, I should have brought my gun.
Yeah.
That's
and
like
this is like 40 hours that they're in there, like to the wire.
To the wire. Who's
and no one is bitching about food, water, taking a piss in front of people, nothing. Just like, I should have brought my gun. Like, yeah, I guess.
I guess, lady. The rest of Frank's soldiers arrive. They set up shop. They got computers. They got missiles. And they take a little extra care in the shower room. Yeah, they do. They really do. One might say foreshadowing.
Hey.
They have motion sensors, a thing called a trembler device. You think that's real? Trembler device?
Maybe.
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 Possibly. That's a shout out for all you longtime listeners.
Yeah.
And bam, The Rock is under Frank's control. He has no intention of killing anybody. That's a good sign. Thanks, Frank. Don't kill anybody.
Thanks, Frank.
Except for maybe all those people in San Francisco. Frank gives his soldiers a little pep talk. We will be traitors. We'll have to leave the USA. But we're all here for justice. Okay.
Questionable.
For our fellow soldiers that have died during top secret operations and got no credit for their heroics, and their families misled and denied the financial support that they deserved. So it's a noble cause. You know, he does say that he's talked to people, been to Congress and all this stuff, and it's all fallen on deaf ears. So what else is he supposed to do? But I don't think threatening the lives of a major metropolitan area is a way to get your answers.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And it's cool to see everyone's on board right away. Like, here's the mission. Let's do it. But it would have been funny if at least one of them was like, I don't know these people. Can I please leave?
I think I got on the wrong helicopter.
I should have listened to that girl and hopped on the bus.
Oh, my God. Frank, he calls the FBI in D.C. Director Womack. We get to meet him for the first time. He's kind of a wiener throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
A little bit of a wiener.
Big one.
We have 81 hostages. And we have VX gas. We will strike San Francisco. I'll call you back. Out. It seems Alcatraz was just reopened. The movie was shot on location. The Rock is set on Alcatraz, obviously, and they did indeed shoot scenes on the island since it was no longer a prison, but instead a national park, though it was not possible to shut the park down to film. That meant that they had to film the movie around tourists and onlookers.
That's funny.
That'd be stressful if I was an actor, but I suppose if you're getting paid millions of dollars, you better be able to perform, I guess.
Yeah.
Since The Rock was filmed predominantly on Alcatraz Island, it was only fitting that it play a prominent role in the premiere once production had finished. For the sake of a little fun, the prisoners' recreation yard was used as the ideal spot for the film's first premiere showing.
That's cool.
And somebody got wind of the showing. I did read his name, but I forgot his name because I'm having a hard time with names today, apparently. He got wind of when the premiere was going to be, put a tuxedo on, put a wetsuit on over the top of it, and windsurfed to the island, and then got up on the island, took his wetsuit off, and was promptly arrested. So now we're in D.C., and Frank is on the line. I've got VX gas, and they aimed at San Francisco. I want $100 million from a hidden CIA slush fund.
God damn it, Frank, that's on the wraps.
Come on, Frank. For reparations. If you alert the media, I launch the gas. If you refuse payment, I launch the gas. You have 40 hours. I'm aware of your countermeasure. You know and I know it doesn't stand a chance. Hummel from Alcatraz, out. That's the direct line.
That is the direct line.
So the FBI goes into damage control. Don't let anybody know.
Yeah. Keep this under wraps, make up some bullshit, and don't let this get out. Okay, that probably is kind of how it is.
Yeah, that's how it would be, I would assume, yes.
So our other high-ranking military officers in the room, they want a little more info. And how many people would die if the missiles were launched?
60, 70.
Oh, that's not so bad.
1,000. 60, 70,000 dead.
Get the point? Yeah, he definitely gets the point. Tail between his legs. What about the countermeasure? Thermite plasma? One problem. Thermite plasma is still in development. And Hummel knows this. Either way, they're going to try to get the planes armed with the thermite plasma as a last resort.
Sure.
So who is the best chemical biological man the FBI has? Stanley Goodspeed, baby.
right by name. He knew it immediately.
Yeah.
Stanley Goodspeed.
But he's busy banging, so that's a thing. While listening to Rocket Man, you'd think he'd be listening to the new LP, spend $1,600 on, but whatever.
He's got to hide that from his girlfriend.
And then a phone call interrupts the bangathon. You just don't answer. You know what I mean?
But I have to.
Your pregnant fiance is writing you, and I really got to answer this, honey. Sorry. How do they know you're home? It's the FBI. Oh, that's unsettling in the 90s, but okay. Stanley answers that phone call because he's an idiot.
Yep.
And Stanley has to be downstairs in 10 minutes.
Yikes.
So he's going to San Fran. Carla can't believe this. She's Catholic and unmarried. This is a problem that they need to figure out. Stanley reassures her and invites her to San Francisco. He's sure it's just a training exercise. So then why do we have to stop banging? That would be my question.
Very true.
But order up some champagne at the hotel and we'll finish what we started. She is pregnant. No.
She definitely is pregnant.
It's already finished, but you know he's gonna finish. You know what I mean?
Boy, I don't think champagne's a good idea.
No, probably not. So we're back in D.C. and the best military minds in the business are trying to come up with a plan, and it's all dead ends.
No, dead ends.
Except for one.
What?
Infiltration led by one man, Kyle Reese. I mean, Commander Charles Anderson.
Do you think Bay purposely tried to make him look like Kyle Reese from the future from the first Terminator? Because he's got like the headset and the headband and everything. The same haircut.
That is true.
He looks exactly like Kyle Reese.
That is true. I like that. But they need a map or someone that knows the lay of the land at Alcatraz. They all dead.
They all dead.
Except for one man. Running theme. A man that is very dangerous. A highly trained SAS operative. A professional escape artist. And the only man that has ever escaped from the Rock. And he did it and he has really long hair. And he's pretty old.
I love how everybody is like, nobody's escaped the Rock. I just told you. This dude escaped the Rock.
I just told you. I really don't want to use him. Dude, he's my age. I get up to piss 3 times every night. Oh, okay. That's fine then. Let's use him. So they're at the airport. Womack and Stanley meet. He is very excited, and he knows what the gas is and what it can do.
Yes.
It's very, very horrible, sir. It's one of those things that we just wish we could disinvent. This isn't a training exercise, is it?
No, Dr. Goodspeed, it is not.
Fuck. Over to Pier 39, FBI Mobile Command. We need Paxton and John Mason. There are no records of him. He does not exist. And he escaped Alcatraz in 1963. Well, 1963 was 33 years removed from 1996. And we're nearly in 2026. That's only 30 years removed from 1996.
That's a little creepy.
Oh, that is crazy.
That is a little creepy.
We got Mason in the interrogation room, and Womack wants an answer. How did he do it? There is a pardon on the table, and Womack doesn't want Mason to know he's there, since Womack and the agent that arrests... 3, 2, 1. And Womack doesn't want Mason to know he's there, since Womack was the agent that arrested Mason. Paxton and Mason. I'm a special agent Paxton, and I'm in charge here.
In charge of what? Fucking me over for another 30 years?
There's an offer on the table for Mason if he cooperates. A full pardon. Why would Mason help? Hostages at Alcatraz.
Let's hear it. I want to hear your best one.
The Rock has...
Do it.
The Rock has become a tourist attraction.
I like it. That was good.
Obviously, Mason is suspicious of the FBI's intentions and isn't cooperating. He has his own demands. I want a suite at the Fairmont Hotel.
It's like I'm sitting in the room with Sean Connery. I love it.
So Paxton tosses Mason a quarter. Do yourself a favor and call your lawyer. Not so fast. That was just a tactic. Paxton was giving Mason something to think about. We don't have time for this. You, Godspeed. I pulled a Connery. You, Goodspeed, go talk to him. Me? We got less than 24 hours. Give it a shot. Okay. Mason and Goodspeed. Hi, I'm agent with the federal FBI. My name is Stanley Goodspeed, but of course you are. Well, at least he got his name right, and you have an emergency, and you need my help. Exactly right. Coffee. No, I'm all right. No, offer me coffee. Can we get a cup of coffee in here? And take my handcuffs off.
He's just completely owning the situation.
Just right away. All right, this rookie-ass bitch is going to do exactly what I say.
Oh, he got me coffee. Watch this.
Check this out.
Take my handcuffs off.
Why don't you take his cuffs off, please? Well, that's one way to go, I guess. Mason is in complete control of the situation at this point, and Stanley presents the pardon. It makes you a free man. Now, if you just sign where it says...
Signature?
Yes.
Timio danos et dona ferentes.
Sounds like the Dothraki back in his... I fear the Greeks, even when they bring gifts. Stanley is a smart guy. He can't possibly be a field agent. Oh, but he is. Anti-terrorism.
Anti-terrorism.
So that means he's well-trained in everything.
So it's the Fairmont Hotel, then. I want a shower, a shave, and a feel of a suit.
May I suggest a haircut?
Am I out of style?
Well, it's a grunge thing.
Grunge?
So it's a
Like, how 90s is that to like
Seriously.
shoehorn grunge into it? Like, oh, that's a hot button topic right now. Let's
Right.
shoehorn that into the movie.
Right now, kids will be like, what the hell is grunge? So it's a done deal. Mason is headed to the Fairmont for 20 hours. But first, that quarter smashes that two-way mirror, and the ripped up pardon, it was a ruse.
So he gets the quarter up off the ground, and then he is using it to cut the glass. I don't think a quarter's going to cut some glass.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's
really
gonna
don't think it's
happen.
that easy, but I'm sure someone else has tried since then.
And you would think if he took the time to do that circle in the glass and then he hit it with his elbow, it would break around where he scored it.
Yeah.
But he just smashes his elbow through
right
there.
through it, like he just made it weaker, and that's all it took.
That's
was
all
a
it took.
70-year-old elbow to the window.
And he looks in there and goes, "Womack, you son of a bitch!
You son of a bitch! I should have known it was you."
Your impression is amazing. It sounds so good.
Thank you.
Sounds so good. On the way to the Fairmont, Stanley gets a hold of Carla. "Do not come to San Francisco." Like, hell, I'm not coming. And then Mason uses this to his advantage.
Who's Carla?
I don't want to tell you who Carla is. At the Fairmont, Mason is singing in the shower.
If you're going to San Francisco.
If you're going to San Francisco. And he pulls that clothesline string out of the shower. I had no idea what the hell that was.
Same.
I Googled it. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's to hang up your clothes in the shower. I feel like a suite at the Fairmont Hotel would not have that, thing. Maybe it would. What are you tying the other end to? Because it's just like a big open end room. I don't know.
Maybe it's a 90s thing. Oh, they got rid of them.
I had never seen one of those things before in my life, except for in this movie.
Same.
So there you go. That's what it is. And he's going to be using it later.
Obviously.
And he makes a room service phone call from the shower as well.
Yeah.
He makes
and they can't hear him
No, they
over the
can't-
water.
They can't hear him at all.
Obviously.
Which is very weird. He's not even whispering, "Hello, room service." Give me everything you got. Because, that's basically what shows up.
Yeah.
What about that 90s effeminate hairdresser? That was definitely a thing in the 90s.
Definitely.
And sitcoms and movies and everything. Yeah. No scissors. You can only use a trimmer.
I can't cut anyone's balls off with just a trimmer.
I guess you could probably if you really tried. Mason, looking good in his suit and his new haircut. The room service has arrived, keeping those FBI guys busy. They are not good FBI agents.
Not at all. They ask no questions. They're just like, fuck Mason over there. We got room service,
Free
baby.
food? I'm eating this free food. And Mason throwing Womack over the edge of the balcony. That escalated very quickly.
Will you shake on it?
Yep, there you go. Over the. So this scene alarmed many passerbys because this was actually shot at the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco.
Nice.
So apparently not everybody was aware that the movie was being shot, and the hotel received various calls from concerned onlookers about a man dangling from the building. Stanley, he pulls his gun. "Freeze, mister!" So Nicolas Cage had one main idea for the way his character was going to be in this movie. So there's plenty of violence and vulgarity in The Rock, but most of it doesn't come from Cage's character. He decided his character, Dr. Stanley Goodspeed, wouldn't swear, although he does swear a little bit at the end, but that's his thing. That's why he says freeze mister and freeze sucker.
Nice.
I don't know. That's just kind of a funny thing that it fits with his dorky, nerdy personality type of thing. It fits with him. It was a good way for it to go, Nick. I know you're a listener. I like that angle you put on Dr. Stanley Goodspeed. And Womack, he's crying for help at this time.
Drop the gun or I drop your boss.
"You will not!
He's getting heavy.
Don't! Don't!" That's all he could muster was just a don't. Thanks, Stanley. And our hairdresser watches on. He gets out of there and you know how they do it stereotypically.
Yeah.
Mason ties Womack to a bench and hightails it out of there, taking the elevator with the hairdresser. "All I care about is if you're happy with your haircut." I would say he should be happy
He
with
should
it.
be.
He looks pretty good in it. Mason crashes his way out of the hotel with Stanley and the FBI close behind him, and bam, sucker punches Stanley right in the gut.
Yeah.
No, in the jaw. That one is in the jaw.
Yep,
that one
yep.
is in the jaw. Mason makes it to the street and steals a Humvee. That's a very 1996 for him to steal. And Stanley commandeers a Ferrari. I love that yellow Ferrari. Also very 1990s looking, which is anytime, I don't know, vehicles for me really tie closely into like eras and stuff like that. I wouldn't say I'm a car guy from like a mechanical standpoint, but I've always really liked cars and racing and stuff like that. So for me, that's something that can hit some nostalgia for me, like reminiscing about posters that I would look through at the mall and seeing those Ferraris and those Humvees and those Lamborghinis and all that stuff.
Right. And when you think of a Lamborghini, you obviously think of Dumb and Dumber.
Yes, obviously.
Who doesn't?
Well, if you are of our age, if you think Lamborghini, the only Lamborghini you should think of is a Countach. That's it. It's just the Countach. That's it. Or maybe the Diablo. Maybe the Lamborghini Diablo. But for me, it's the Countach. Diablo because of Need for Speed. And you could unlock the Diablo with a button code. And maybe you could unlock it through the game too, but I remember unlocking it with a button code, and it was way faster than everything else on the game, for me at least. And the most epic car chase ever is on. This chase is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely.
So apparently shooting this car chase was a very big hassle, and I can understand why, because it's very epic, and they are doing it in the streets of San Francisco. It's not a very easy place to film. Apparently, Bay called the car chase scene one of the hardest filming experiences he's ever had in his career.
Damn.
It took hundreds of signatures to shoot across even 2 blocks. Filming this section of the movie ended up putting things behind schedule. I suppose if you're trying to, I mean, how many blocks this movie chase actually goes down, because I mean they're going downhill the whole time in this chase.
Yeah.
And I mean they're not driving down from 10,000 feet up in the air, so I mean they would have reached the valley eventually. Right. So it must have been only like 2 or 3 blocks that they were filming this from multiple angles, but still I can understand why that would put things behind. You got historical stuff going on. You got all that type of stuff that you got to figure out so you don't damage anything. The camera work in this is nuts. It's very Michael Bay. It's all over the place. The camera's shaking. There's extreme close-ups. It's just going all over the place. It does a very good job of making it feel very chaotic and fast-paced and lots of action. So I can get over that, but it is a little bit jarring when you go from watching a movie shot like The Ghost in the Darkness to a movie shot like The Rock. You can definitely feel the difference between those two movies. We got cars smashing into everything. Mason just driving through everything and taking no damage whatsoever to that Humvee.
Yeah.
The San Francisco hills are obviously highlighted. I love when he smashes through the water truck. That is like a stereotypical, movie chase type of thing, is smashing through the semi with water, with beer, with whatever. So it's cool to see that in a movie. This guy's hitting fucking everything in sight. Oh, my God. Cars launching into the air and doing barrel rolls. It's just absolutely nuts. Stanley's shortcut through the store. He just looks at this store and, why not? I don't know where this is going to lead at all, but I'm going to drive through this store. And then Mason, of course, takes a phone call. It is from the owner of the Humvee, and he's like, I'm just borrowing it.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to call information while he's flying 70 miles an hour down San Francisco streets.
Yeah.
Looking for his estranged daughter. It's very funny.
All whilst hypothetically not having driven in 30 plus years or whatever.
Definitely have never driven in 30 years, let alone a car as modern as the Humvee.
Yeah.
Like, he probably wouldn't. I guess that's a good take.
Hops in, area he's never been, driving down, barreling through water trucks, taking phone calls, driving through stores. Just the regular old shit he did 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's it. Personally, I've loved the little old lady crossing the street because it's obviously like a 20-year-old stunt double. Like, it's just so obvious that it's like you can't not see that it's a stunt double.
Yeah.
I do love it, though, because it's so ridiculous. And the first time that I watched this car chase, I watched this movie, I watched it with Kristen because I'm like, you should watch this movie. It should keep you entertained. It's pretty good. I was laughing out loud, tears coming down my face after this car chase because it takes itself so seriously. It's so fucking ridiculous.
Way ridiculous.
But it's still so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I still love it, but I would just, as soon as the old lady crossing the street came on, I fucking lost it.
Yeah.
Like, it was so funny to me. Oh, man. It was so funny. And don't forget about that streetcar, that poor streetcar.
Yep.
We're gonna crash, save yourselves. Stanley running down those parking meters once again, taking absolutely no damage to his Ferrari.
Nope.
And then shooting his airbag to get it to deflate. That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
I like that. And then when finally that streetcar crashes, it explodes into the air. it seems to levitate, does it not?
It does.
Like it's just hanging there for like what seems an absurd amount of time.
Yeah.
Crashes down, lands on its side, and it slides down the remaining hill, sliding for way too long. Keeps on sliding. Eventually, it looks like it's even sliding uphill. And Jesus Christ, this thing is sliding for everywhere. He killed that Ferrari, though. Stanley killed that Ferrari. Hey, man, you just fucked up your Ferrari. It's not mine. Neither is this. So Stanley steals that dude's motorcycle. And the chase continues, kind of. He doesn't really catch up to him, and the chase never really continues, and he kind of just, and Mason kind of just gets away at this point.
Yeah.
Stanley calls his buddy back at the lab while riding this motorcycle, and for some reason has him try to find out some information on Mason, but there's very little, which we've established. There's very little information on Mason out there, but he does have next to kin, Jade Angelou, and a street address.
Hey.
How convenient.
That's probably where he's headed.
So that's where Stanley goes. And she's conveniently leaving the house as Stanley pulls up on his motorcycle, and he follows her and finds Mason. Jade and Mason, they have a reunion. It's tense. She has no trust for Mason, rightly so. She hasn't seen him in a decade. Mason shoots a shot. He wants to reconnect.
When this is all over.
It's admirable that he wants to feel like there could be normality after all of this. Admirable, wants to reconnect with his daughter. She's probably 25 at this point, living alone in San Francisco. Her mom's dead. It is admirable.
Jade, I'm not an evil man. If you can believe that, then it's a start.
Then it's a start. The FBI comes tearing in. Is this about you?
Duh.
Yeah. And Jade realizes that Mason must have broken out of jail. Not exactly, but basically at this point. Stanley steps in because he's watching from afar. He's playing it cool on the park bench, looking over his shoulder. And he gives Mason an out. He's on an important mission. Mason does thank Stanley.
You didn't have to do that.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat, a-hole?
That was a great line by Nick.
The directions he chooses to go with the way these lines, like the cadence of them, is so ridiculous.
It's just certain lines throughout the movie, and it's just perfect.
I would say, if I was to deliver that line, I would say, why don't we cut the chit-chat, a-hole?
Yeah.
But he just, why don't we cut the chit-chat, a-hole? It just keeps on going up. Just keeps on going up.
Love it.
You almost got me killed twice. Well, it's not going to be the last time there, Stanley. With Mason in tow, they head to the command center, and a plan is devised based on Mason's knowledge. Just turns out his knowledge is actually very limited.
Yeah.
He's like, I kind of got to get there to see what's going on.
Right.
So he needs to go on the mission, and he'll know what's going to go on when they get there. Womack does not like this idea, but they have zero choice in this, basically. And Stanley is also added to the team. You're the expert.
You mean I'm going out there?
Have you ever been in a combat situation?
Define combat, sir.
And then this soldier. An incursion underwater to retake an impregnable fortress held by an elite team of U.S. Marines in possession of 81 hostages and 15 guided rockets armed with VX poison gas.
Oh, in that case, no, sir.
Excuse me.
So intense.
That soldier, he was intense on that. Do you think he delivered it originally in a take just kind of normally, and then Bay was like, more, I want more, and does it again, it's a little bit more.
Amp that shit up.
You need to amp it up, get it to the ceiling until it's to the point where he's just screaming his lines.
And after the delivery of that line, Stanley needs to go vomit.
He does.
Faced with the realization that he is responsible for the whole city, but he has the best SEAL team backing him. But he's also got that prego girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
She just flew in. Paxton is going to send someone to pick her up and bring her to the command center.
I guess. I mean, if you're going to be anywhere in San Francisco, might as well be with the rest of the FBI.
I guess. I mean, it's a very different actor was considered for Goodspeed. The role of Goodspeed, an FBI special agent who works as a chemical weapons specialist, is not some sort of superhero. He's just a guy who overcomes things to get the task at hand done. Even so, the part was offered to none other than
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
who would have been an odd choice.
I think so.
However, it's Schwarzenegger who turned the movie down as he didn't like the script.
It's interesting. True Lies was in 1995, 1994.
Okay, yep.
What?
94.
94?
Yep.
I could have seen him it seems like it could have been an odd choice for the way that Nicolas Cage went with this role, but
Yeah,
True Lies in this movie, they share some DNA.
they do.
You know, I think Arnold could have done it. He did those witty, one-liners. I mean, he's always done witty one-liners, I guess, but he had a sense of like elegance and humor and comedic timing in True Lies. So I think he could have maybe done this.
He could have done it.
It would have been a markedly different movie.
Yeah.
But I think he could have done it.
The combat would be more believable just because it's him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. It would have been way more of like running and gunning and killing and shooting.
Yeah.
It would have been less of the mousy desk
Right.
jockey. Yeah, that's very true.
Back on the rock, and Hummel is talking to the White House again. You've got 17 hours to get me my money, or be prepared to reap the whirlwind, gentlemen.
That is ominous.
There is still no guarantee of the thermite being ready, so the SEAL team incursion is a go. And green flares mean the VX gas has been neutralized.
That's important to remember.
That is. They head out in helicopters. Stanley's stressed out, naturally, and Hummel's group gets the SEALs on radar.
Uh-oh.
And on the helicopter, the team's ready their scuba gear. Stanley vents his tank.
Like for a long time.
For a long time. That seems like a lot of air to lose out of your tank before you're about to go underwater for an extended period of time.
I think so. I think I'd be like, can I get a new tank, please?
Yeah, I'm going to need a new one here. I'm already freaking out. Mason reminisces about how they used to just use a snorkel and a pair of flippers. Stanley is clueless. Mason knows that Stanley has no experience in the real world of espionage.
Don't get us killed.
And finally, the SEALs enter the water, and they have sweet underwater transportation.
So what would you call those things? Like underwater marine vehicles?
Yeah,
like, I don't know what you even call those things.
I don't know there, but they're cool. I've seen them in shows lately.
Especially the one that's like the size of a Volkswagen Beetle that Mason and Goodspeed are on. Like,
Yeah.
that thing is enormous. And I was like, that's really cool, though. I like that a lot.
And Hummel's team readies themselves for the incursion, and the SEALs enter Alcatraz underwater through the cistern room. It's a very active place for a building that's not in use.
Very active place.
Bay recognizes a flaw in the movie's logic, and the director has admitted a major logic flaw in The Rock, namely why are there boilers at Alcatraz still working when the prison hasn't been in use for years? Bay's answer to his own nitpick, screw it, it's entertaining.
I mean, he's got a point.
He does have a point.
Screw it, it's entertaining.
There's a problem. There seems to be no exit.
You got us trapped, motherfucker.
Mason has a plan to roll through the bottom of the furnace. It's okay. He's memorizing the timing of it 33 years ago. He makes it through and opens the door to the cistern room, and the SEALs are in.
Welcome to the Rock.
After everyone freaked out like he lost this bastard, I knew he was going to do that. The SEALs make it into the tunnel system. The Eagles have reached the tunnel system. Mason seems to be enjoying himself. I mean, it's more enjoyable than his average day the last 30-odd years.
I would say so. I mean, just to be out of a cell would probably be a great experience.
Probably. And Mason makes a prison rape joke.
Maybe I'm losing my sex appeal. It's just it is an off-putting joke in this movie. I'm just kind of like, why are you talking about getting raped in the shower, brother? Like, I'm not a fan of that, buddy.
Not a big fan of that. The SEALs continue to move through the tunnels while Hummel's men are looking for them. It's 97 paces into the shower room. In the shower room, and they spot the motion sensors.
Ah.
They use mirrors to cut the beam, but the tremble gets activated.
Oh, no.
Shit's about to hit the fan.
It is. That's very true.
Our SEALs are trapped in the shower room, pinned down by Hummel's men. Stanley and Mason and the other guy still in the tunnels. Hummel and Kyle Reese have a little chit-chat. Drop your guns.
Not gonna do it.
I will not give that order. And bam, a rock falls. And they light each other up.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. Anderson's team gets destroyed,
Yeah.
Obviously. They do not have the height advantage.
Nope.
And the other guy in the tunnel, he goes up there and takes a bullet to the dome.
Mason and Stanley are like, don't do it, brother. You're going to get killed. He's like, I got to do it.
I gotta peek my head out like a groundhog and just cry. Boom! Headshot, and he falls down perfectly for them to see.
Yep, the
the
headshot.
aftermath.
Yep. Yikes.
So that leaves Mason and Stanley.
That's it.
Hummel knows this is bad news.
Fuck.
He tries to stop by yelling ceasefire.
That was it.
Yeah, and Hummel definitely screwed the pooch on this one. Made a bad situation even worse. Killing other soldiers.
Ooh, that's not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Paxton at the command center. I'm telling you, it's over.
Not for Mason, it isn't.
And back with Mason and Stanley, Mason is going to get off the island, and that is unacceptable. There's a problem, sir. He's got a gun.
What do you have, a fucking water pistol? Go after him and stop him.
So we're back in the shower room, Hummel and crew, and there's already hints of dissent within this group. Maybe now they'll pay up. I didn't want this. Hummel blames Womack and Paxton. Damn you for putting me in this position.
Seems like deflecting.
Yeah, and Paxton has had enough. He needs to know who the fuck Mason is, and he needs to know now.
He still doesn't know, and he's like in charge of this operation, and he still has no idea. Nobody's told him anything about who Mason is.
No.
He did not need to know. Now he needs to know.
Mason stole some files that hold some very sensitive information, dirt on all the world leaders. Mason was caught at the Canadian border and was disowned by his country. So the U.S. government held Mason until he gave up the microfilm that he stole, which he never did.
Nope.
Hence 33 years in captivity. No wonder he's pissed. Mason knows the truth about Roswell and the Kennedy assassination. He cannot get away, and he's the only hope they have left.
Oh, my God.
So back to the tunnels, and Stanley and Mason are at gunpoint. Freeze, sucker!
You won't shoot. The safety is on.
And Mason takes Goodspeed's gun.
Just like that.
Just like that.
I'll take that.
And like points it at him a little bit, takes it. He's got the gun now. Stanley comes clean to Mason. He's just a chemical weapons specialist. And Mason finds out about the gas. So for his daughter's sake, no one else, Stanley needs Mason's help.
Yep.
Hummel's men are hot on their trail, and Mason still wants to leave, and Hummel's men throw a bomb down into the tunnels. Mason and Stanley, they dive out of the way, very 90s believable style.
Yeah, dive over here. I'm good to go.
Good to go.
So up next, it's an incendiary bomb to burn them out. Mason and Stanley dive under the water, because that's what you do according to Hollywood. You dive underneath the water. The bomb just goes right over the top of you.
Goes right over the top of you.
Not
Water protects you.
Not a big deal. So what's it going to be?
I don't like my choices.
So just like that, Mason decides to stay, and they head to the morgue. I just want to find some rockets.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I'll do my best.
Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Carla was the prom queen.
Really?
Yeah. He's like honestly impressed. Really?
I love how like back and forth Nick Cage goes from like a little bitch to like, yeah, I'm Nick Cage.
He does.
Like,
he does.
Just the way he delivers certain lines.
He does. Nick Cage, I've seen his big movies, but like there's a lot of his smaller movies, especially his recent stuff that I just haven't seen because he was making a lot of really crappy stuff for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go seek out that stuff because Nick Cage as a performer is stellar. I love it.
It's been too long since I've blessed myself with a Nick Cage movie.
I needed to be reminded.
He makes this movie.
He does. I needed to be reminded that this is what movies should be in the 90s.
Yeah.
I needed to be reminded that Nicolas Cage is able to do this. The movie was nominated for one Oscar. Speaking of movies that we're talking about, you don't imagine a Bay movie getting nominations for the Academy Awards. For The Rock itself got one nomination, not directing, of course, but for Best Sound. It did not win, but Cage and Connery did win Best On-Screen Duo at the MTV Movie Awards.
Hell yeah.
Are the MTV Movie Awards a big deal still? I honestly don't know.
So this year they were on CBS.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
But I think I saw that it was like the highest watched one in forever because it's on regular programming.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're as big as they are. And I think I just saw last week that MTV is no longer a thing. Like, I think the channel is done after 40 years.
Really?
I don't know like when that'll take place for sure, but I saw it.
That's nuts. That seems like a travesty.
So if they continue to do them, I guess they'll be on CBS from now on.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll still continue the brand as like MTV as a brand as opposed to a channel. I mean, the stuff that's on there now.
A lot of their shit's on Paramount Plus now, so it might just be like full conversion into Paramount Plus.
It could be. I mean, they don't know music videos.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know. That seems like a travesty after 40 years.
Yep.
Man.
Crazy.
Oh, that seems like a travesty. Well, with no comms and only locators, Stanley and Mason move into the morgue. And some of Hummel's men are there waiting for him. That first dude takes that knife to the neck.
You must never hesitate.
And a gunfight ensues. They're hitting everything except for each other, firing dangerously close to the rocket. And then that other guy gets shot in the feet.
Ouchie.
Ouchie, indeed.
That was pretty cool, though.
It was.
Like, I always... Why doesn't that happen more often? You know, it's like, I'm just going to blindly fire into this desk. He's like, fuck that shit. Just right there on the ground, obliterates those shoes.
Oh, man. And then on top of that, he shoots an air conditioner, heater, or something off the ceiling and falls right on that dude's
waste
face.
of bullets, yes. And his bullets, I would assume, are limited, but they don't pretend like they are.
No,
in this movie.
no. I never seen
I'll
anybody...
use a full clip on that air conditioner just to give that sick death.
Come to think of it, I don't think I ever remember seeing anybody reload once in this movie.
I saw one reload. One reload. I can't remember if it was our good guys or if it was the Marines that were there, but one reload I saw the whole movie.
While our freshly dead soldier with the air conditioner heater on his head, he is a very twitchy guy at this point. That's about the most awful thing I've ever seen. You've been around a lot of corpses. Is that normal?
Yes. What, do you want me to kill him again?
That's a great line. Made me laugh every time. Stanley disassembles the first rocket, and the second you don't respect this, it kills you. So maybe don't hand it to Mason.
What happens if you drop one?
It will eliminate you and me. Do not move that. Don't give it to him in the first place.
Yeah.
Stanley describes the effects of VX gas for us again. You'll spasm so hard you'll break your own back.
Yikes.
Hummel discovers that someone is still in the building with them. Let's move! Head to the morgue! Coverage on the morgue! Stanley takes out the guidance chip to the rocket just as Hummel and crew arrive. There are 3 more rockets. We have to find them. Stanley and Mason dive into the abandoned mine underneath Alcatraz.
Yeah.
And Mason, he's too old for this shit.
Way too old for this shit.
Perfect line. He's the old guy in the movie. I'm way too old for this shit. Perfect line in this movie. On a minecart of sorts, Mason and Stanley head off on the tracks. They have no idea where they're headed, and Hummel sends his men to finish the job and kill Mason and Stanley. Mason and Stanley, they come to the end of the track, but luckily that cart was secured by a rope, so they kind of just go flying out of it instead of just into it.
Sure.
Yeah. Mason heads down into the pit. Stanley flies into the bucket suspended above Mason. And Mason gets tangled up in the rope somehow and is suspended, laying against the remnants of the mine cart.
And Stanley, now we got to add him to the grip strength fucking meter for this podcast because he is just dangling. He is flying all over the place with his one arm. Next thing you know, he's just in the minecart.
He's just in the minecart.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Sweet.
Grip strength max.
Hummel's Marines, they arrive to finish the job, and Mason lights that dude on fire. He's dead.
He's dead.
He dead. With the other two Marines, while the other 2 Marines go around to cut them off. I don't know where they're going around to, but they're going to go around to cut them off. It looks like a single shaft. I don't know where they're going to go around, but they do it. Leaving Stanley in the bucket and Mason nowhere to be found. Look out, Stanley, grenade in your bucket.
Yikes.
So he throws it back.
Obviously.
That's smart of him. I don't know if I'd have the composure in that situation to pick up a live grenade and throw it again.
Right.
So thankfully, our movie doesn't end there. The Marines, they dodge the explosion. Everybody's dodging explosions. So they get in their own bucket and they have a mine shaft shootout.
Yeah.
But where's Mason? What is he doing? He gets the drop on them and knocks out one of the Marines right out of the bucket. And then he gets in the bucket with the last Marine.
Yeah.
How did he get up there? How did he get in front of them?
That is for Michael Bay to answer because I have no fucking clue.
He did it. That's what matters.
He did
it. One last Marine to deal with. Stanley shoots that guy dead, saving Mason in the process. I mean, he had Mason in a full-on choking him out, Bart Simpson style.
Oh,
Mason was done for, but Stanley just starts firing wildly and doesn't hit Mason. So that's great.
I'm rather glad you didn't hesitate too long.
Your impression is amazing. I just have to say that. I keep saying it, but I have to keep saying. Smash cut to the Pentagon, and the president arrives in 3 hours. So they have to string Hummel along because, God forbid, they take care of this terrorist situation immediately.
Yeah.
Let's string it along. String it along right down to the deadline. That's it. Right down to the deadline. Still no thermite. They can't get that thermite. Back on the rock. Hummel is going to start killing hostages unless he gets the guidance chips back. Larry Henderson is going to get a bullet to the head in 3 minutes. Mason, he crushes the guidance chips that Stanley had. So now they have basically no option but to deal with the terrorists, deal with the Marines, and sends Goodspeed to find the rest of the rockets. He's going to deal with Hummel. What about Mr. Henderson's head? Mason just gives a thumb up. Okay, what does that mean? I love how the scene ends right there, too.
Yeah.
That's it. Mason confronts Hummel and the rest of the Marines. Who the hell are you?
I'm all that's left of the enemy.
Stanley finds another rocket. Hummel and Mason continue. You're a long way from home. How did you get involved in this? Stanley, he starts to disarm the rocket that he finds, and 2 other Marines get a drop on him. Hi, sweetie. Mason continues to delay Hummel.
I don't quite see how you honor the dead by killing another million. This is lunacy. Personally, I think you're an idiot.
Gun butt to the head, and Mason's down on his knees.
Gun butt to the head, and it barely affects him. It's the accurate way to describe that. I'm like, okay, this is just alluding to how much of a badass he is, because he takes it right between the eyes. And it does knock him down, like you said, but it doesn't really faze him. He's right back up in the fight.
He should have been bloodied at least.
Something.
I bet Sean Connery's like, I am not taking an injury in this
Yeah,
movie.
if that's Mason giving the blow, that guy's done.
That's
a one shot done. But since it's Mason taking the blow, not really affected.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's
Nice try, idiot.
It's really funny that you point that out because I did not notice that while watching. He should have had severe damage to his face.
Super.
Most 70-something-year-olds taking a gun butt to the face would probably be dead.
I would assume so.
Hummel wants to know where the guidance chips are. I destroyed them. That's a bad move, soldier. Stanley continues to fight for his life. The 2 trained Marines, the best in the world, have way too hard of a time capturing Stanley.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, they do. Just, it's... Stanley's not supposed to be a superhero, but he has moments in this movie where he's playing much above his skill level.
Definitely.
Like driving that Ferrari, like he is race car skilled Ferrari driver. Now he's like expert gun trained guy in this too. Like, I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of tough when you think about it in that way, but still, Stanley is still a great character. He's still a great character. I'll take pleasure in gutting you, boy. With 52 minutes to the deadline, Mason and Stanley are in their jail cells, and Stanley's complaining. He's reciting that over and over in different variations.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. What's wrong with these people? Grow up! And Mason is busy trying to escape, and he succeeds. He also tells Stanley about the microfilm, and Stanley's got to know how in Zeus's butthole did you escape?
Trade secret.
How in Zeus's butthole did you escape? I should start using that in common parlance every day. At the Pentagon, the thermite is operational, and the pilots are prepped. You are to blanket the entire island. Hummel and his Marines, there's 2 rockets left, and they are ready to go. Should we prepare for launch? Mason, once again, is leaving the island. He doesn't think Hummel will do it. I read it in his eyes. You read it in his eyes? What? It's just pure disdain for some of the things that Mason says. Goodspeed has for Mason at points is just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious.
And Hummel and his men are waiting on a call from the Pentagon, and they get it. They need another hour. You've got 3 minutes. Dissent is rampant at this point. They are playing you for a fool. Come on, General. Let's be all we can be. Hummel gives them the head nod.
It is on.
It's on. Stanley and Mason is intent on leaving, punching Stanley in the gut. All right, I'll do it myself. I'll take on a platoon of Marines. No problem. Connery got to live on the rock. Connery wasn't interested in traveling back and forth from the mainland to Alcatraz, so he asked producers to build a temporary cabin for him on the island so that he wouldn't have to do all that traveling. The producers agreed. Sure.
I mean, only Sean Connery.
Only Sean Connery. Stanley is on his own, and the Marines are preparing for launch on the roof. Stanley is captured. Glass or plastic. If the winds change, you're going to end up in a glass jar or a plastic bag. You do the math, so why don't you hand over the gun and let's find some rockets? I said shut the fuck up. Mason to the rescue with a good old-fashioned neck break.
Gotta love that action movie, dude getting his neck broken.
Oh, yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
It's launched, I've never even seen a Sean Connery movie, and I knew that was coming. Here's the neck break. It's launch time. Rockets away. It's headed right at Oakland.
The football game.
They're not in Oakland anymore. This is an outdated movie. At the last second, though, Hummel changes the direction of the missile. It's headed out to sea, sir. Those poor fishes.
Those poor fishes.
There is still one rocket left, though. Mason and Stanley come across Hummel and Baxter. Baxter wants to know what the hell is going on, and Hummel isn't ready to kill all those people.
He's not.
So call the Pentagon and ask for more time. But Hummel refuses.
I'm not going to do that.
You're coming loose. Baxter calls the Pentagon, and Hummel points his gun at Baxter.
Ooh.
Ending that phone call. Smash cut to the president. We need a decision, Mr. President. That decision? Thermite plasma. That's the decision. T-minus 17 minutes.
So the president in this movie is the same actor that plays the president in Armageddon.
Nice.
Same guy. So does that mean The Rock and Armageddon are in the same universe?
It could be.
And happened within a few years of each other.
Multiverse.
I love it. It's the Bayverse, right?
It's the Bayverse. Hummel and his Marines, things are coming to a head. Hummel says the mission is over. Where's the fucking money?
There is no money.
We bluffed. They called it. The mission is over. Whoever said anything about bluffing, General? They want to remove Hummel from command. I'm relieving you from your command.
Ooh.
Yikes. All of a sudden, we have a standoff. Guns pointing everywhere, even Baxter. Nope, it's a fake out. Baxter shoots the other guy.
He thought he was going to shoot Hummel. But
Oh. And all that's left when the smoke clears is a mostly dead Hummel, Captain Fry, and Captain Darrow. Hummel tells Stanley where the rocket is. It's at the lighthouse.
It's at the lighthouse. I'm dead.
It's at the lighthouse. And then he dies. General Hummel was actually based on a real person, at least in part, according to producer Don Simpson and memoirs of Colonel David H. Hackworth played a major influence when he came up with the Hummel character. Hackworth was extremely upset at the U.S. handling of the Vietnam War and the soldiers that fought in it. Simpson also took inspiration from a 60 Minutes interview detailing the disavowing of covert ops soldiers on foreign missions and the anger it would create in the United States' most elite officers.
Interesting, huh? That the Hummel is kind of a real guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool angle on this movie.
Definitely. Mason and Fry continue their shootout. Grenade time. And Mason dodges it in the tub.
Yeah, I'm getting in a tub. We're good to go.
Captain Darrow heads to the lighthouse, and Stanley makes it to the lighthouse, naturally, and starts to disassemble the bomb. But oops, there's Captain Darrow. If it comes near me, I'll drop this, and we'll both be dead. Do you know how this shit works? Captain Darrow has a knife, and he also wants to know if Stanley knows how this shit works.
Like stabby, stabby, ouchie, ouchie, right?
Stabby, stabby. And it's, I don't know, it adds a little to me that he's Candyman.
Yes.
It's just like a little extra, like, I believe you can use that.
That movie, I haven't seen Candyman in so many years, but I remember seeing that movie probably way too young, and that movie scaring the shit out of me.
Definitely.
The bees coming out of his mouth.
Dude,
oh, my God.
Same exact boat with me. I watched it when I should not have at my aunt and uncle's one time when I was a kid. Too afraid to watch it till last year I finally watched it again. Like, that's a pretty good movie.
Is
not as scary as I thought.
Does it hold up?
It's still a good movie, but it's not very scary.
Not
At
very
least
scary.
the first one isn't. It's
Interesting.
more like scary because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen as opposed to like Candyman actually scaring me like when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
But the standoff continues as the camera once again spins around the room and Captain Darrow stands in front of the rocket. Do you like the song Rocket Man?
I don't like soft-ass shit.
I only bring it up because it's you. You're the Rocket Man. Later, he's gone.
That's a great movie death, if you ask me.
Definitely.
Rocket to the chest and then skewered on a fence post.
Love
like
it.
I would be, if I was him, if I was that actor, I'd be like, that is an amazing movie death. I love that movie.
Thank you for giving me an awesome death. Rocket to the chest, then skewered on a fence, like you said. Come on, doesn't get any better than that. How do you like how that shit works?
Great line.
Another great
love
line
it,
from
love it.
Stanley. Stanley continues to try to get to the guidance chip out of the rocket cylinder, dropping one of the glass pearls in the process, but he saves it.
How did it not break when it hit the ground? The world may never know.
Well, we
That's
never
okay.
know. He taps it with his shoe. Sure.
Okay.
And now the lighthouse is getting shot up. Stanley gets the guidance chip, and Mason saves Stanley from a sniper.
So if that was actually the lighthouse on Alcatraz, they really shot the fuck out of that thing. It was just getting annihilated.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously it wasn't real bullets. It was little, timed explosions to make it look like bullets. But I can't imagine that wasn't a set, like a historical national park. Like, would you really be able to shoot up the building in actuality? But it was really cool. I like that a lot. Gratuitous gun violence, I'll take it.
Right. And after giving the thumbs up, Fry makes it to the top of the lighthouse. Stanley jumps and survives. Did not break his legs at all.
Not one bit.
Okie dokie. Mason continues to fight and kill Marines, and Stanley is running for his life. The planes are inbound, and Stanley loves pressure.
Love pressure.
He pockets the VX gas pearl he has, and Fry closes in, and Stanley lures him in by throwing the guidance chip out on the floor.
Did he throw it out there or did he drop it?
I thought he dropped it,
Okay.
but maybe he did throw it out
It
there.
seemed like when I was watching it, it seemed like he tossed it out there, but then like the look on his face was like an oh shit look.
Right.
So maybe he did drop it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I didn't catch that. It's hand-to-hand combat time, though. It's Stanley versus Fry. And Stanley forces that pearl into Fry's mouth. So having been exposed, Stanley has to jab himself in the heart with the antidote syringe.
Yikes.
Ouchies. But he does it.
He does it.
60 seconds till the planes get there. Laying on the ground, down and out, Stanley remembers those damn green flares.
Oh, green flares.
So mustering all his remaining strength, that Stanley gets to his feet, goes outside, and falls to his knees, waving those flares. And at the last moment, Stanley is seen. We got green smoke! Abort! Abort! One bomb is still dropping, sending Stanley flying into the air. The cell house did not get hit. Drowning, Stanley is saved by Mason.
Because he gets flung through the air.
Flung through the air. Like,
so far.
Like, he gone. But there's Mason. He saves him. He's fed up saving Stanley's ass. Should make a great bedtime story for your kid.
And then Stanley's like, man, that's a fucked up story to tell your kids. I mean, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
So is this movie contain one of the more iconic one-off shots that everybody knows with Nicolas Cage on his knees waving those flares?
Definitely.
Like, as
because
the
I feel
camera-
like I've seen that
Yeah.
without having actually seen this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. The camera comes from behind him and ends up facing him. Like, I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's an iconic 90s movie shot that you
definitely.
see everywhere. Like, it was probably in some sort of promotional material, like demonstrating, like advertising some like movies. Like, who released this movie? I can't even tell you who released this movie, but like it would have been in something like that. I don't know. It's one of those iconic 90s shots that everybody knows, even if you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
So then the radio comes alive. Goodspeed, come in. Do you read me? Come in. This is Goodspeed. Are the hostages alive? Every one of them. What about Mason? He's dead, sir. He's not dead.
Nope.
Stanley and Mason go their separate ways, and Mason tips Stanley off.
Go to Fort Walton, Kansas.
I was thinking Malibu.
Forget Maui.
I said I was thinking Maui, not Malibu, but that's okay. Womack and Paxton find Stanley. Where's Mason?
Vaporized. Oh, sorry.
No, you can do it. No, that's great. That's great.
Vaporized. Blown out to sea.
Can a body vaporize? Stanley goes to the little church in Kansas. He gets that microfilm. Honey, do you want to know who really killed JFK? Roll credits.
Roll credits.
Bay had plans for a sequel that never happened. He made 2 Bad Boys movies and 1 million Transformer movies, give or take. He had plans for a sequel to The Rock that never happened. The film would have followed Connery's John Mason while he was on the run, but it never got past the development stage.
Dang.
And now Sean's dead, so too bad.
2 things that I love that I have to point out is right at the end when Mason gives Stanley the note.
Yes.
Within the time of Stanley opening the note, Mason is like 300 feet away on this walkway off in the distance. And then by the time Stanley's done reading the note, Mason's gone.
I'm out.
How did that happen? It's got to allude to his escape artistness, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I mean, literally in 2 milliseconds, he is 300 feet away, ready to dip. Like,
And then how did he get off the island to begin with?
Yeah.
Because when he does originally leave and strand Stanley by himself, he comes back. When he saves Stanley, he says, I'm not as young as I used to be, and I could barely swim it then.
yeah.
So what is he doing? Is
And he just fucking dives right off head first. Later.
later?
And the other thing I really love, I noticed it mostly with Mason. Maybe it was a general theme throughout the movie, but Mason is very Predator style, straight hip firing. The entire movie.
Yeah.
When he walks into, when him and Stanley walk into the little gunfight thing, he just comes in and straight hip fires. Everyone, one shot, king, 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 just hip firing. I'm like, okay, I
He
guess.
does never shoulder a weapon in that
Never
whole...
shoulders a weapon the whole movie. Why would you need to?
He's that good.
When you're Sean Connery, you don't need to.
So, Trav, overall, did you like the movie?
I did really enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's certainly crazy, but the fact that I've never seen Sean Connery, it made me like it a lot.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him and Nick Cage in this movie. Do I like it as much as I liked Ghost in the Darkness? No.
Really?
I don't. That is a true guilty pleasure of mine. I really enjoyed that movie.
Nice.
This was good.
Yes.
But it was 90s good.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And again, I enjoyed it maybe more than the normal person just because I've never seen Sean Connery and I love Nick Cage. But
Yeah.
2 hours and 12 minutes.
It's long.
It's a little long.
It's long.
And, it's unrealistic with a lot of it, but it makes it funny. So
It does make it funny.
gives us more to rip apart, which I like.
Yeah, and that was one of the best things about this movie. It's a movie. Was this a Man Bear Pig suggestion?
I don't know if anyone suggested this.
We just
I
decided it.
I think you just
Maybe
throw it
I
down.
threw it out there. Because I know Man Bear Pig is a very big fan of this movie.
Yes. Well, he's told me he just watched it recently and it does not hold up.
Really?
He said that I'll like it.
So I don't know whether or not it holds up or if it doesn't hold up. Like, it is kind of a piece of the 90s.
Definitely.
And it's kind of suspended in that 1996 era. If you try to compare it to modern action movies, you can't compare it because they're just two different things. What was expected out of an action movie, a big budget blockbuster summer action movie, is completely different now than it was then.
Yeah.
This is what was expected out of
Right.
90s action movies. Arnold kind of set the tone for what these crazy action movies were going to be. Michael Bay said, I like that. I'm going to jam some steroids in it. I'm going to wave the camera around in every shot to make it as crazy as possible. And just, pump it up. Just pump it up, make it bigger than life, because this movie is just like, it's just so big and grand and amazing to watch, and just like see the opulence of like a giant budgeted action movie where the production companies and the producers are probably like, take all my money, make it as giant as you can. And I mean, it obviously paid off. It's nearly what we would consider a $1 billion movie in today's money. So, I mean, I don't know what the international market for this movie was in 1996, but if a movie like, it would have been a multi-billion-dollar movie if it was an international release today, and maybe a little bit of a more modern spin on it to make it more contemporary. But that's not what I want out of this movie. I love the fact that it is so 1996. It makes me think of how I watched movies as a kid and what we consumed as consumers from the movies and during that time. So, is it a good movie? I don't think it's a good movie. Does it hold up? I don't think that's fair to say whether or not this movie holds up, just because it's such a piece of what it is, and that's what you're looking for if you're watching this movie. You want to watch this craziness.
Yeah.
And I will watch this craziness again, and I can't wait to
definitely.
introduce it to my children. I don't think my daughter will be very into it, but maybe
Probably
in
not.
about 10 years, Cam will really be into it. maybe a 12-year-old's a little young for that, but I was watching movies like that at 12, so maybe it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I would totally agree with you. Is Ghost in the Darkness, comparing that to this film, is Ghost in the Darkness a better movie? Most definitely a better movie.
Definitely.
Is this something that you can watch just completely, like, The Rock is a great movie. Like, if you're watching TV and 25, 30 minutes, an hour into The Rock, you can be like, oh, I'm going to finish this movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to see the beginning of this movie. It's just a
Definitely.
nuts, crazy, awesome movie. Well, I guess I would say we're pretty much in agreement on that one. I will watch it again. Will you watch it again?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I will watch it again. All right, Trav, unless there's anything else you want to talk about?
I just have a question. Does a movie exist with both Arnold and Sean Connery? Because if it does, we need to get that on the list so you can do the Arnold and I can do the Sean Connery.
Boy, I can't say that had ever happened. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind that they would have acted together. That's a very good question.
This one's up to you, Ryan. If anyone's going to know, it's you.
It's
so
you.
if that exists, you make sure you email us so we can take care of that movie.
If they never did, that's a travesty.
It is.
Those two accents playing off each other.
Seriously.
It's
And we almost had it with The Rock. We almost had it.
Almost had it. That'd be amazing. All right, Trav, with all of that out of the way, why don't we head on over to that homework assignment? We are doing a movie from the 80s, 1988 to be exact. We are doing They Live, directed by John Carpenter. And yes, that John Carpenter. Love a John Carpenter movie. Screenplay by John Carpenter, based on 8 O'Clock in the Morning by Ray Nelson, produced by Larry Franco, starring Roddy Piper as Nada, Keith David as Frank Armitage, Meg Foster as Holly Thompson, cinematography by Gary B. Kibbe, edited by Gib Jaff and Frank E. Jimenez, music by John Carpenter and Alan Hwarth. It sounds like when Stimpy barfs.
Hwarth.
Production companies, Alive Films and Larry Franco Productions. Distributed by Universal Pictures in North America and Carlico Pictures internationally. It was released November 4th, 1988. It had a budget of $3 million, a box office of $13.4 million in North America, and that's $36.6 million in 2025.
Quite the difference from The Rock.
I would say so, but if you invested $3 million into this movie and it made $13 million, hell yeah, you just made a ton of money on your money. Like,
definitely.
way to go. And you know you're not paying Roddy Piper more than a couple of bucks and some bubble gum, which is appropriate for this movie. I mean, honestly, you're not.
Also, is this the movie that you said Roddy Piper in, or is he also in another one we're about to do?
I believe this is the one I was talking about.
Okay.
I don't think there's another one with Roddy
I was
Piper
going
in
to
it
say,
coming
how
up.
in the world did we end up with two Roddy Piper movies?
You know the cripple fight from South Park?
Yep.
That is a parody of a section in this movie.
Okay.
So that's going to be great.
All right.
You know the phrase chew bubblegum and kick ass and I'm all out of bubblegum?
Oh, yeah.
That is from this movie.
Nice.
At least, that's why I think it's from this movie. Like, I think that's why he used that phrase while he wrestled, was because of this movie.
Okay.
Either that or it was he had that phrase and then it was popularized in this movie.
Sure.
One of the two. I'll have to look into that. But anyways, I can't wait to get to this movie. It's going to be a piece of 80s cheese that's going to be just a blast to watch and talk about.
Like, what should I expect? What is the movie? Like,
very short synopsis. There's aliens that live among us, and Nada, our Roddy Piper's character, stumbles across some glasses that allow him to see the aliens.
all right.
Yes.
All right. They live.
They live. Well, Trav, with all of that out of the way, why don't you hit me with that outro?
Let's do it. Let's get into our emails, which if you want to email us, you make sure you email us at podcast@overduehomework.com. And the email today is from Man Bear Bay.
Yay!
Check that out. He has a Christmas suggestion for us. I realize that you'll be reading this during the Rocks episode, and I just wanted to say that I am stoked for the breakdown. I still can't believe that Travis hasn't watched a Connery movie before. For shame.
Now you have.
I agree. I feel shamed for having first seen it now. My next proposal is National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. I know requests can be a year out if your name is Chris, but I think that this one could jump to the front of the line this December. We all watch it every year, so why not break it down? And what's funny about that is I had not seen this movie till last year.
I remember you saying
Yeah,
that.
I had never seen this before,
And
but
save your overall opinions. You liked it.
yeah,
Okay,
obviously. But yeah, we'll get into that in December. But yeah, we're definitely gonna squeeze that in for our Christmas episode.
Absolutely.
This year. And then he also added, also Trav, if you haven't yet, check out Kill Chain. It's an oddly good Nick Cage movie. And check out Willy's Wonderland. It's an oddly bad Nick Cage movie where he doesn't speak a single line. It's wild, and you'll like it.
All right.
I'm going to check those out.
I am definitely.
Because I love Nick Cage.
I agree. I am definitely. My love of Nick Cage has been rekindled. So I will be. I will be doing some more Nick Cage watching on my own.
A-hole!
We have to get the Con Air now.
Oh,
We
definitely.
have to get the Con Air.
And Face Off is like one of my all-time most rented
Oh,
movies,
yes,
so we
yes.
definitely got to do that.
Broken Arrow? No, Travolta was in Broken Arrow.
Never seen it.
That's the one with Travolta and can't think of his name. Actor was in the movie Cuffs. I can't think of his name, but that's okay. That's Travolta.
Ew. And you know why you can't? Because he's bad with names today.
Very bad with names today.
But that about wraps it up. So again, we said earlier, but if you're not already following us on Facebook and Instagram, follow us at Overdue Homework Podcast. And if you have not emailed us, if you have emailed us, if you want to email us, make sure you email us at podcasts@overduehomework.com. And as always, make sure you tune in to the next exciting episode of the Overdue Homework Podcast.